From Weapon to Worship, Reframing Agricultural Civilization Through the Lens of Consciousness and the Five Great Elements. PQNK, Cultivating Sustainable Tomorrow Through Regenerative Agriculture. Agriculture Story. Evolved method, burying seeds for thousands of years, ignoring the natural ecosystem. Mechanization amplified the degradation of natural systems, WMD, weapon of mass destruction. Ancient conventional industrial, ACI, agriculture, a destructive production system. Science overlooked in agriculture, a costly oversight. Abstract. This paper posits that the trajectory of human agriculture, termed the ancient conventional industrial, ACI, system, is best understood not as a series of technological advancements, but as a progressive disconnection from the fundamental principles of nature, Prakriti, articulated through the five great elements, Panchamahabhuta. We trace this evolution through four distinct phases of escalating ecological violence, diagnosing it as a weapon of mass destruction against living systems. In response, we propose nature's agriculture, Prakriti Kheti, as a paradigm for a restorative future, framing agriculture not as an act of domination, but as a practice of union, yoga, a conscious reunion with the intelligence of life. Introduction. The Crisis of Narrative and Consciousness. The prevailing narrative of agricultural history is one of linear progress, from primitive foraging to sophisticated technological mastery. This paper challenges that narrative. Drawing from Yuval Noah Harari's critique and expanding it through a philosophical framework of nature and consciousness, Prakriti Purusha, we argue that the ACI system represents a 10,000-year arc of deepening alienation from nature. The central thesis is that the core issue is one of consciousness. The shift from a consciousness in nature, union, to a consciousness over nature, domination, initiated a cascade of consequences, the culmination of which is our current crisis. The solution, therefore, must be a conscious return to a state of union, yoga, with the five great elements. The theoretical framework, the five great elements, Panchamahabhuta. The five great elements are the five fundamental states of matter and consciousness that constitute the universe. They are not inert substances but active, intelligent forces. A truly sustainable human culture must be built on a relationship with these elements that is based on reverence, understanding, and collaboration. Earth, Prithvi, the principle of solidity, stability, and structure. In the farm, this is the living soil. Water, Jala, the principle of fluidity, cohesion, and connection. This is the water cycle on the farm. Fire, Agni, the principle of transformation, energy, and intelligence. This is the sun, photosynthesis, and metabolic processes. Air, Vayu, the principle of movement, expansion, and communication. This is the air in the soil and atmosphere. Space, Akasha, the principle of potential, connection, and the field of existence. This is the ecosystem and the cosmic context of the farm. The four phases of agricultural devolution, an anatomical study of a WMD. The evolution of agricultural tool and technique is a story of escalating violence against the five great elements. Phase 1, the subtle intervention, e.g., seed dibbling, action, vertical insertion of seeds. Consciousness, exploratory dialogue. Minimal disturbance to earth and the soil ecosystem. Phase 2, the beginning of uniformity, animal-drawn scratching, action, horizontal scratching of soil, broadcasting seed. Consciousness, the dawn of control. Begins the homogenization of topsoil, disrupting air and water microenvironments. Phase 3, the declaration of war, the moldboard plow, action, inversion of the soil profile. Consciousness, the critical, catastrophic turning point. It violently inverts earth, burying living topsoil. It suffocates soil life, destroying habitats by disrupting air and space. It burns up soil organic matter, Mismanaging fire, Agni. Phase 4, the chemical enslavement, the green revolution. Action, mechanization, synthetic chemicals, land leveling, flood irrigation. Consciousness, replacing biology with chemistry. It replaced the biological intelligence of the soil, a synergy of all 5 elements, with synthetic force. Land leveling and flood irrigation completed the assault on Earth's structure and water's efficient use. Monocropping severed the farm's connection to the wider space, akasha, or ecosystem. 4. Diagnosis, ACI as a weapon of mass destruction. The term WMD is used as a precise descriptor. The ACI system has destroyed vast tracts of arable land, poisoned water tables, water, annihilated biodiversity, unleashed a health crisis, radically altered the atmosphere, air. Its destructive capacity is global, systemic, and intergenerational. 5. The paradigm for restoration, nature's agriculture, Prakriti Kheti, farming as union, yoga. The alternative is a conscious evolution to a new paradigm, nature's agriculture. This is agriculture reimagined as a practice of union, yoga, a conscious reunion with the 5 great elements. Its principles are a direct antidote to the 4 phases of destruction. No-till, against the plow, we stop the war on earth. The soil is not inverted. Soil armor, mulching, healing earth and water. The soil is protected with organic matter, regulating fire, temperature, conserving water, and feeding soil life. Living roots and biodiversity, honoring space. Polycultures replace monocropping, creating a resilient ecosystem within space, akasha. Biology over chemistry, rekindling the right fire, we feed the soil's biology. A vibrant soil food web, the synergy of all 5 elements, provides all nutrition. 6. Conclusion and call to action. The history of agriculture is a long, costly detour into the illusion of separation. The ACI system is a dead end. The path forward requires a fundamental shift in consciousness, from seeing the land as a resource to be exploited to understanding it as a manifestation of the 5 great elements to be nurtured. Nature's agriculture, Prakriti Kheti, provides the practical framework for this shift. This is not merely a change in farming technique, it is a cultural and spiritual renaissance. It is a call to lay down the weapon of mass destruction and pick up the tools of a healer, to transform our relationship with the earth from one of war to one of worship. Footnote: any production process that inundates soil with water, disturbs soil through tillage, or leaves soil bare without organic mulch cover does not qualify as natural ecosystem science for production agriculture. PQNK, to be pronounced as picnic, which stands for Paedar Qudratti Nizam Kashatqari, and means, the regenerative and sustainable pristine organic farming system. The natural ecosystem science was never applied in production agriculture.